Well, hello there everyone, this is I'm Mark 3 and welcome back to the Tobosh Tangle on Factorio. There's been a slight time skip again, though like the one before the last video it was only an extra 10 minutes, and that's because I realised that I was talking about complete and total BS when I was talking about how I could get away with leaving the tracks as they were and just, just not do it, basically. Not bother to switch the tracks around at the stations. And that's, yeah, I realised that would not work at all. So I've had to come back and I've spent the last 15, 20 minutes trying to fix that. Oh no, don't say it's all out of position. It is, it's all out of position. Damn it. I was trying to rebuild this like the previous station, but it seems there's not as much leeway. I'm going to have to redo this a bit. Anyway, cut a long story short, I realised that while I could tack on a few changes as far as the entire previous section of the track was concerned, at the last base, at the outpost, I couldn't actually do that at this end. Sorry. I could do that at this end. I'm sorry, I misspeaking as usual. But it's just not practical, really. Because while I could do it at the stations, I was forgetting about, all the track in between, which is kind of important to have signals on, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm having to pull things up and redo it at both ends, and that's what I've just been doing between videos. So I'm sorry if you expected more progress, but not going to happen, not this time. Then again, it's kind of important work, so it's exactly the kind of thing I should do, and it's the kind of thing I would keep off camera anyway. So it's not all bad, I suppose. Perfect. Okay, that'll fit there just fine. Though I do need to rotate it. There. Okay. Right, the other base is still under attack a lot, as was expected, but it is it's holding up okay, I suppose you could say. Oops, I didn't want that one there. I wanted those there, actually. Do I have another iron chest? I should have another iron chest somewhere. Oh, I've got 3. That seems a bit many. But anyway, refueling system for the engine, that's going to go there. Anyway, moving on. Once I've got this particular bit of track finished, it's going to be back out to Outpost Alpha for me. And trying to... Oops, I need to do this quick. Cut that down to 3. It's back to Outpost Alpha and trying to get the mining system fixed up. Because I do need to do that. Like... It is one of the main hang-ups in the entire thing, and it's another reason why I need to get this particular sorting system fixed so that I can use the trains properly. That said though, I'm doing this manually now, but in the future when I'm expanding to the next sets of platforms, I should be able to do all this with the blueprint system, because I did tuck around chest production as well during my previous time skip, which will actually, let me put this together a lot faster now that I've got this basic pattern laid out, I think. Unless something goes horribly wrong, and it probably will. Anyway, let's get this train back on track, shall we? Victor O. Askov. Oh yeah. Early supporters get their names for these things. But this is Tobosh Coal. There you go, Tobosh Coal is now in place. That said, I say that I'm going back to Outpost Alpha, and I am, because I need to get the mines down, but there is also the slight issue of you know, the fact that at this end, the ore unloading system, which doesn't exist yet, it will, is not actually connected to the smelting sector either. So, more stuff to do. Hooray! I think that should be it, so off you go. Hang on. Why are you... Oh, of course. Never mind, I'm gonna leave the train parked here, actually. It moved on because it was trying to go straight up to the other base. So, enthusiastic? Yes. What I want, not quite. But anyway, I might as well just drop some signals down here so I can actually get some things on the move. Like that, yep. And then just signal there, signal there, signal there. Yeah, this place can only handle 5 signals. Sorry, 5 trains. It's just not got enough space to handle more, but 5 should be enough for all the basic ore types. Anyway, the reason I didn't want it to go running away with me like that... Oh, geez, I never limited this thing? Well, that's one drain on my iron supply right there. Wow. Right, the thing I wanted to do was actually grab a few things I forgot to get last time I was here. There's also a few basic supplies I'm short of as well. So a restock is kind of in order. Wow. My time away has been fruitful. There's tons of turrets and things just lying around. How am I doing in general, though? I need more circuit boards. I need more iron. What am I carrying that I don't need? I need more of a lot of stuff, actually. Anyway, circuit boards. Let's go grab circuit boards. Circuit boards, ho! Let's grab those. I think a single stack probably do. I'm not planning to do much by way of advanced production. He says, and it's going to bite him in the backside, most likely. Should I grab some plastic? Why am I carrying so much glass? Yeah, that's one of the mysteries, isn't it? I'm carrying too many batteries by far, so I'll dump some of that, clear up a bit of space. I'm carrying an extra cargo wagon? I do not know why I'm carrying an extra cargo wagon. But I do need some of those, yep. I am out of basic electronics, again. I seem to need to build a lot of the basic stuff, so that's what runs out. But this is all the stuff that actually needs to be upgraded. While I'm here, I might as well mention that. This is the stuff that is just far too small, far too slow for my current needs. By just a tiny amount. Tiny amount. What am I missing? Oh yeah. Part of the reason I'm so full up on stuff is because I actually picked up the provider chest at the other station. So yeah, I'm having to work around that as well. Oh, that's something I do need. I need blue inserters by the bucket load, so I'll grab an extra spare stack of those. Let's grab some reds. Ironically enough, reds are the ones I'm not really using much. And grab some blues, which again I've not been using much. Sorry, the long handle blues rather. I've been using the regular blues for nearly everything, in fact. Oh. Apparently there's no backlog of wood at the moment. Well, that's unusual, to say the least. Anyway, shall we address the elephant in the room now? I think that's probably a good idea, you know, to address the elephant in the room. There's some more supplies I've forgotten to pick up, but you know. The elephant in the room, this thing, top left side. Hello. Yes, web camera. I'm still kind of nervous about this thing. Don't really know if I'm going to like using it. Please tell me you're using something I can drop off carbon. Oh, I can dump a load of carbon into you, that's fine. I'm not sure about using this. It's still this is my second recording using it. But that said, this time it should actually work right, like I'm wanting it to. Unlike the videos that went out yesterday. Is it yesterday? Yeah, I think it's yesterday by my current count. Because, quite honestly, my recording software decided, oh hey, there's this new microphone attached. It's different, it's new, it's hip, I'm going to record from that. And I didn't realise until after I'd recorded both of the videos for yesterday, so that's why both of them had the audio problem, even if one of them didn't have the webcam. So yeah, that kind of sucked. And I didn't realise until afterwards, and everything was saved, and I couldn't exactly go back and undo stroke redo it all, so, you know, there wasn't very much I could do about it, unfortunately. Let's drop off some stone and drop off all the alien artifacts I've been plagued with. And that gives me 3 lovely slots to get more iron plates. But yeah, this is the area that needs to be linked up to everything. Actually, as a temporary measure, I could probably do it as a single link. Not right now, though, because that would require some extra effort, but I can definitely lay down some of the track for it so that I can just come back and tunnel it all later. Yeah, that sounds like the plan. Let's just run it down here. And this will, since I'm just running this way anyway, I can come back and do all of this later. And if need be, I can just use this single plat to convey all the resources, though that will reduce the total throughput of it all. Not exactly ideal, I must admit. Well, hey, I can use tunnels to split it neatly later, provided I merge it neatly at this end, so it only gets copper in one side and iron ore in the other side, which is definitely doable. Yeah, let's leave it to there. That, note to self, must remember that track leads all the way down to the smelting system. Okay, now that I've actually got supplies on me, and I've laid down a ton of track. Wow. Let's actually grab some more track out of here. I'm probably going to use it. Oops. Yep, now that I've got that, let's get back into the train and hitch a ride back out to Alpha. Yeah. In the end, I just pulled the engine off this train and put it back on this end of it, so I've reversed the entire order of the train cars, which is part of the problem. And that's why I had to redo things a bit at the stations as well, because the stations are built for a 5-length train, and as it was, they'd have been trying to load raw resources, in this case coal, with massive amounts into the engine, which wouldn't be so bad, but the other ore types, it wouldn't have gone so well. So yeah, here we go, just stopping off at the coal station. Ooh. I also added a passive provider for bullets and stuff as well, because I'm such a nice guy. And I want my guns to be happy. Though actually it's one of my plans for fortifications later on, so maybe it's not so nice guy, maybe it's selfish, I don't know. I really don't know. Let's drop a stack of both types of poles in there as well, yes. Tunnels. I'm going to be using a lot of tunnels. Might as well start crafting those now. I forgot to pick up cogs while I was at the other end. How disappointing. Drop those spare logistics posts. Yep. Might as well drop that into that. Oops. Yeah, drop it into there. There we go. Okay, so that's safe and secure. Now then. Don't need pipes, but what I need is the mines. And for that I need actually iron chests. I don't need to actually duplicate this section because it's all one base, so a single train's unloading should be enough for it. 6, 12? 12 per. So that means only 24. Yep. So in here I'll dump that extra stack of blue inserters I got. I'll dump the chests. The original outpost is engaging, that's fine. Dump some of those in there, yep. And dump some conveyors in there, yep. Okay, that should let me do some stuff. Now then. I'm going to need a fast blueprint. So make a very fast blueprint. This is what I meant when I said it's going to be a little bit easier to do stuff. Though that said, I don't actually have any splitters. I need splitters. Might as well do that and then just grab the blueprint. Yeah. So this is what I want, basically. This section doing this. Because this will allow me to duplicate this loading and unloading set for the next station up. In this case, here. So I can just put that down. And then put that one down there. Though it doesn't actually need these. So I can pull those off it. And there we go. Building! Hooray! And that was so much easier, you see? So much easier. Though I'm going to have to flip it around to get the next set. And as you can see, it requires the splitters that I didn't have loaded into it. And that was basically my original plan. Yep, go on, build that stuff. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Let's actually wipe this blueprint now for a moment. How do I do that again? Oh yeah, that button there. Right, that button there. And then I'll just grab it here instead to encompass one row. Like so. Because that'll probably be a bit more user-friendly. And then I just rotate it. And bink. There we go. Though I need it to be this way as well. There we go. Easy peasy. Then I just load it all up like this, and there we go. We've got the ore loading system ready for the next 2 stations. Just like that. That is so much easier. Okay, another blueprint time. Delete you. Right. Now then, for this we need mines. Yes. We are going to need a 6x6 configuration. Sorry, a 6 mine configuration, rather. A 6x6 configuration. Don't know where I got that from. Yep, like that. Actually, we don't need that one. Pull that one out. Yeah. Because whenever I've done the mines in the past, it's always been such a frigging pain. So this is why I'm doing it this way instead, up here, because I'm going to need a lot of mines. There's no way about it. And I'll need to do the edges manually because each field is different, but doing it like this, I can now just dump the mines in the chest as well. Come here, little bit, poor lost babies. I need a deep storage chest down here, actually. That would probably be a good idea. And then I put a transfer unit here. Yep. Where's that deep storage chest? There. Right. Okay. There we go. That should stop that from happening again, because drones will drop straight off into the deep storage chest whenever they've got something that they need to drop off. And then they'll automatically move it straight into the other thing. Now then, that's the arrangement I want for my mines. So I'll just go ahead and grab those. Yep, give me that. Then I can just go ahead and put it down like that. What are you missing? Mine. I forgot to put the mines in it. I went down there to put the mines in it and then I forgot to. Typical. There you go, do that. And then they'll just fly out and do all of that. So much easier. I think that's the limit, so I better put it to there. There. And that's the autosave, so I think that's probably going to be the end of the session. There. Yeah, you see how much easier that was? How much easier? So much easier. And that just needs a little bit of tailoring because it's the far edge. And there we go. My drones are putting up the copper mine for me. Oh, that is so much faster. Yes, indeed. Now I can actually do slightly bit of tailoring here as well. So if I spin that around, I can just put some there. Put some there. Yep. And then I can put some on this edge like this. There we go. Put a bit there. There will be some site faults using it like this because it's got the tunnels on it. But that can't really be helped. But as you can see, I suddenly have a really, really big copper mine. All it needs now is the train and everything else associated with that. You're not missing anything, are you? No, you're just missing build radius, I think. Yes, you are. Okay, that's not too bad. I should be able to just slot that right in there and that'll take care of it all. So if I just plug in a power line. Like that. Yep. And suddenly we have copper. Woo! Again, there are some bugs to it worked out, but suddenly massive mining operation in progress. So yeah, I'm going to have to call the video there. I have overrun slightly by like a minute or two, so nothing unusual there. This has been Iron Mark III. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it wasn't too dull for you, and it wasn't too bad staring at my ugly mug for the second time as many days, but you know. C'est la vie. I'm going to try and keep doing this webcam thing, so you're going to see this a bit more. Yeah, I'll catch you later.